The Las Vegas Raiders are finally getting healthy, and that changes everything. Today, we're diving into what this means for the team's next chapter. There's also talk about a possible trade target who could fill a massive gap in the Raiders' lineup, and trust me, this could be the move that turns things around. Before we get into the latest news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss breaking updates about the Raiders. Alright, let's jump in. So, head coach Pete Carroll recently gave some exciting updates. Several key starters are expected to return soon. One of the biggest names? Brock Bowers. Bowers has battled injuries for most of the season. He tried to push through the first few weeks, but anyone watching could tell he wasn't fully himself. Now, he's finally back to 100%. Reports say he practiced in full before the bye week, and that's huge news for the Raiders' offense. When Brock Bowers is on the field, this offense changes completely. He's explosive, powerful, and can make defenders look foolish. Some tight ends get compared to him, but honestly, Bowers is in a different league. He doesn't just catch, he creates plays. This could be the spark the Raiders need right now. Even if the team isn't chasing a Super Bowl this season, they're clearly not in tank mode. With guys like Bowers healthy again, it feels like the Raiders are gearing up to compete, not just survive. Now here's where things start to get really interesting for the Raiders. They're not just getting healthy, they're getting dangerous. Two big names are about to reshape this offense: Brock Bowers and Tyler Lockett. Yes, Lockett isn't the same player he was 6 years ago, but let's be real. Even at 33, the man still knows how to stretch the field. He might not have the same burst, but his route running, timing, and chemistry with Geno Smith could bring back flashes of what made him elite in Seattle. The connection between those two could be the missing spark the Raiders' offense has needed all season. But the real game changer is the return of Lonnie Johnson on defense. Early in the season, he was expected to be the anchor of the secondary, a steady presence at safety. His injury forced the Raiders to shuffle things around, and the defense never looked quite the same. With Johnson returning, the Raiders finally regained that balance between size, coverage, and versatility in the backfield. Think about it: an offense getting stronger, a defense regaining stability, and players finally returning to form. The timing couldn't be better. If this group builds momentum now, the Raiders might surprise a lot of people in the weeks ahead. Let's be honest, no one's saying the Raiders are about to win the Super Bowl this year. But what fans do want to see is progress, real, visible growth from this team. The return of Lonnie Johnson could quietly become one of the biggest storylines of the second half. During training camp, coaches were buzzing about him: strong coverage, smart reads, physical play. If he lives up to that promise, he might just secure his spot as a starting safety next season. On offense, Brock Bowers is back to full strength, and there's growing optimism that Jakobi Meyers could be back in action too. Despite trade rumors swirling around him, head coach Pete Carroll still believes Meyers will suit up for the Raiders. That would give Geno Smith another reliable target and some much-needed consistency in the passing game. And then there's Max Crosby, the heartbeat of this defense. His injury worried everyone, but all eyes are on his recovery now, because when Crosby is on the field, the entire defense feeds off his energy. The road ahead won't be easy. The Raiders face tough division rivals like the Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers, teams that can test any defense in the league. But these matchups will show us exactly where this Raiders team stands. Can they fight back? Can they finish strong? That's what fans want to see, not perfection, but pride and resilience in the silver and black. Now here's the part that's got Raiders fans talking. The team's biggest missing piece might still be on the outside. Even with Tyler Lockett in the mix and Jakobi Meyers holding down his spot, the Raiders still lack that true number one receiver. the kind of player who can take over a game. A wideout who can win deep, draw double coverage, and give Geno Smith the confidence to air it out without hesitation. Rumors around the league suggest that several star receivers could hit the trade market soon, and the Raiders might be one aggressive move away from fixing their biggest offensive weakness. It's not about a rebuild anymore. It's about giving this offense an identity. With Brock Bowers controlling the middle and a strong receiver on the outside, Las Vegas could finally have a balanced attack that forces defenses to pick their poison. The front office knows what's missing. The question now is simple. Will they make that bold move before someone else does? Let's be real. The Raiders' offense hasn't exactly looked unstoppable this season. The offensive line has struggled, the playmakers haven't found rhythm, and the chemistry just isn't there yet. But here's the thing. This unit is young, and it's developing. There are pieces already in place. Investments have been made across the line, young receivers are growing, and the backfield has serious long-term potential. And with Brock Bowers healthy again, the Raiders finally have that elite tight end who can open up the entire field. Now imagine pairing Bowers with a true number one wideout, a physical, fearless receiver who can win 50 to 50 balls and stretch defenses deep. That's the kind of weapon that could transform Geno Smith's offense from cautious to explosive. Yes, there's still work to do. The Raiders will eventually need to secure their long-term quarterback, but right now, it's about building an offense that can compete, not just survive. The right addition at receiver could instantly make this team a threat again in the AFC West. The Raiders don't need perfection. They need belief. Belief that with the right mix of power, precision, and patience, they can finally build something that lasts. And as this season unfolds, one thing's becoming clear. Las Vegas isn't rebuilding, they're reawakening.